Hey everyone, I'm doing an official update video. I know I did an update when I reached the 300. When I got the $330 donation, but I wasn't dressed and I was crying and emotional. So that's kind of why we just shot the video real quick. But I wanted to give you a proper update video. I'm still sick. The kids brought home another cold, and it's now affecting my asthma. So I'm on my way back to the doctor, hopefully to get some prednisone so I can breathe. On Monday, Frank and his volunteers will be coming in and will be working on my closet in that back wall, so it's a little bit closer to the toilet. I guess that would be like ADA standards. So hopefully early sometime next week, I'll have either an update video or more pictures or whatever of the work they're doing. So moving on. And then what I know now about the appliances and things I need to not only fit the wheelchair but also fit and be workable with my disability. I would have raised my fundraising goals to $8,000 to $10,000 because. So I'm gonna let my fiance talk about the problems we've experienced so far with buying used appliances.
We've spent a really long time looking online, Craigslist, Marketplace, Gainesville for sale and all that stuff, and looking for used appliances, used countertops, used everything. We've bought 2 stoves that neither one of them worked. We've wasted, Frank's time. They went to Green Cove Springs and picked the stove up, and they come in here and spent 3, 4, 5 hours building a pedestal for it and testing it and taking the computer board apart and all that stuff. So it took a really long time, and we wasted a lot of gas buying used stuff like the lever handles from Repurpose Project and Reuse Project.
That
and
you had to fix.
Yeah, I had to fix some of the lever handles because I couldn't get the locks or something were kind of worn out. Finding things that Natalie needed not only for wheelchair accommodations but also for her disability, for her FA, used and for a price we can afford, has been very difficult. I mean, and anything you buy that is 220 volts, you can't really test anywhere. Wherever you buy it, you can only bring it home, wire it up, and test it. And that's become a big issue because, like I said, 2 out of 2 things we've got, neither one of them worked properly.
Wants versus needs. So for like the stove, okay, I have to have a stove with front levers. It can be a regular sliding stove or wall stove. I'm sorry, oven, not stove. But it has to have levers. And then, so as far as used, we've only been able to find like coil tops, which is like a regular old stove, which I have now. That's very easy. But then you look at like glass tops, like stove tops that go on the counter, and you can burn them, or you can burn yourself on it, or anything else you stick on top of it could catch on fire. Well, with 3 small children, that's a huge risk, along with like my condition. I don't know, it's not the best hand-eye coordination. So yeah, so it becomes like a safety issue. So it'd be very nice to go out and buy like
The induction.
a brand new induction stove, but with the funding that my goal, I don't really have the option to go out and buy an induction stove.
It's not that, you know, the cheaper induction stoves are that much more expensive than a simple, like a coil top front control stove. But the difference in price is only $300 to $400. I think the one that Natalie wanted was like $13.95, and the coil top, which is very simple, that's not induction, is like $900. But you know, finding a used induction top stove for a decent price is, you know, I guess the technology, that works. You don't know if it works when you buy it. But then the technology is probably not so old for an all-in-one system versus like the little cooktops that have like 2 burners on them, that they're not saturated in the used market, I guess, right now. But yeah, the induction cooktop with the front controls, as Natalie was saying, is a safety issue for her disability. And I think anybody that has small kids that has a front control stove, no matter what, that's a safety issue with kids potentially turning the coils on, not necessarily burning themselves, but if there's something set on the stove, you know, it could get hot, burn the house down, or anything.
And now I'm back from the doctor. Okay, my second top priority, and it didn't start out as a priority, but the situation with the laundry room. Our laundry room is very long and narrow, so the only thing that Jan and I come up with were front loaders, front loader washer, dryer, but that still would not solve the complete problem. So Mr. Frank suggested moving the washer and dryer to the bathroom, which gives me a whole lot more space. But there's still not really room to put them side by side. So what we're thinking is a stackable front loader washer and dryer. Or you can buy a stackable kit and load or do the front loader washer and dryer. So that's my second priority.
One of the reasons that became like a big priority was because the laundry room probably would have been the fourth or fifth room worked on versus, like, you know, the master bath was the biggest priority. But since it's going to be part of the master bath, the washer dryer system needs to be here soon, you know, before or during or right after the installation of the rolling shower and such.
So as far as countertops and cabinets, we are going to accommodate the sink and dishwasher area by making it roll under. However, in doing that, we lose a lot of our underneath cabinets. And as a family of 5, we need all the storage space that we can get.
The only way we could really get back the storage space that we lose from accommodating and roll under a wheelchair in the countertops is to add other countertops. So technically, yes, we could use just the existing countertops, but adding another 6, 8, 9 foot of countertops, you know, in an L-shaped countertop, we can add more top shelves and more bottom shelves, and not only gain back what we've lost by doing the accommodations, we could get a little bit more storage space.
The next thing is the dishwasher.
And we do not know 100% for sure that Natalie can or cannot use the dishwasher that exists there. Once the roll under countertops are done, if Frank was going to install it, which it would be on her left side. It would be on her left side, but it's still really low. So bending down there without any core strength because of her disability, she may or may not be able to do it, but even if she could do it, it might be really difficult. So this is why we had the idea of the double drawer, pull-out drawer dishwasher. And unfortunately, I think only one company makes it, at least a consumer one, and it is very expensive.
So the next appliance that I'm looking at is a French door refrigerator.
Our current refrigerator is a bottom door freezer. It's very hard to pull out. She can't really easily access the freezer because the same issue with trying to open and get into a dishwasher that is so low is she doesn't have the core strength to do it. So she's tried some French door refrigerators. She's went in there and experimented with them. And
well, also I think not just my core strength, but my chair, because it's automatic. It's just higher than it's below a wheelchair.
Because it's motorized.
Because most people in wheelchairs lower the countertops, and we don't have to do that. We're raising the countertops.
So I was in Lowe's the other day just testing out the drawers of probably 10 or 15 different models of French door refrigerators, and they range anywhere from $2,200 to $5,000 a piece. But you tested a few out, right? And you liked them, and they got a really strong magnet that you gotta pull out, but once you release that grip, it's very, very easy to pull, and once you get it back, when you're pushing it back, the magnet catches it and it just pulls it and makes sure it's sealed and all. And the ones that she really likes is the one that has the middle, four doors, I guess, on it, right? Side by side on the top. It'll have a little snack or drink pull-out drawer in the middle. And the reason why this is perfect is it fits near her lap, and I can just load up snacks for the kids and her, leave the house, do whatever. She can just go grab the snacks, eat, drink, whatever, for herself, for the kids, and it would take a lot of load off of me. But I mean, they're expensive, so we do not know. We can't prioritize that as number one or number two, and there are a lot of French door refrigerators used, but there's usually a problem with them because there's so many issues, because you have ice, water, you got a filtration system, you have 3 compartments in the ones we're looking at. So in any of those compartments, a thermostat, fan, anything could go out. So yes, it's probably, it's not just expensive to buy, it's probably expensive to maintain.
So in all reality, I've lived here 4 years. I've survived without basically any health accommodations. But this is all gonna make my life so much easier. And being a mom, it's completely my responsibility. I was raised the house is the woman's doing. Dan should be allowed to go outside and play with his tools or go to his man cave or cut the grass and do manly stuff. You know, this should be my domain. So this would just make me feel like I could actually do things. And I went from completely independent and living on my own in the city to kind of out in the country and having to rely on Dan to do everything. And we have 3 kids, and I wanna be able to show them that, yeah, mommy's in a wheelchair. Mommy still needs some help. Mommy needs their compassion. But mommy can still, like, move around and cook and do things independently. So, with all these accommodations, like, it's just gonna make life easier for Dan and I, like, just together as a family. Like, right now, I can't do laundry. I can't wash dishes. I can't load the dishwasher. I can't just say, hey babe, I'm gonna go shower.
And it's a struggle just to wash your hands, you know, at a sink.
Yeah, he has to hold me up, like, to get to the sink because I can't get to the sink. So, I mean, little things that you would take for granted, like, are huge to me. So, yeah, it may still be hard for me to wash dishes, to cook a meal, like, even with the stove, it's accommodated. It may be difficult, but it's gonna make life so much easier.
Yeah.
Just knowing, like, mentally that I'm able to physically do it.
And you'll have accommodations and appliances that you can do it, you know, with.
Yeah.
Because right now it's impossible to do things, and no matter how hard it is, it could be possible with the right accommodations and appliances.
Exactly. I just want to say thank you if you stuck with me throughout this super long video. I don't know where things are going right now, but so far we've made it to the funny goal. However, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I don't know if I need to raise my limit or close the fundraisers or what I need to do.
If we need to change course.
I'm just really trying to keep it real with you guys because I'm floored at the fact that people have been so giving. So I don't want to hide anything. I want to keep it real and let you guys know as we know, but what's going on, which direction we're going. So again, thank you if you've donated in the last few weeks, and keep the donations coming. And like always, share.
You can tell Natalie has had a lot of trouble breathing and with her asthma and coughing and stuff, so pray that she gets better and feels better and is back to her old chipper self in a couple days. Bye, guys.
Bye.